I need a squad to build nodes.
Yeah, we're on it.
So-
I'm just trying to find somewhere safe.
Watch out, nades up, nades up.
Love squad and Jig squad if you can keep pushing on to.
Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I'm DGW. In this quick tutorial I want to take a look at the offensive game mode in Hell Let Loose. My primary reason for focusing on that game mode is that with the recent influx of new players, I am noticing a trend that a lot of guys do not really understand the objective of playing offensive. And thus I thought it would be helpful if I would quickly go over the basics of that game mode. But before actually heading into those tips, let me quickly remind you, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if there's any questions or suggestions or thoughts you want to share, do so in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And of course, if you got any ideas about aspects of the game that would be helpful for me to take a look at, just let me know down in the comments and I will certainly consider it and get back to you on it. Now then, let's take a look at offensive. Now, as you will be aware, every map in Hell Let Loose has 15 sectors, of which 5 are chosen at random by the game at the start of any battle. And inside each sector there is a stronghold, which is the black striped circle. The main difference between warfare and offensive is that the battle in offensive mode is only about the strongholds. You either cap or defend that stronghold by having more bodies inside that black circle than the enemy. Also in offensive, the defending team holds the entire map and the attackers only have one single spawn, whereas in warfare mode the map is divided between the two factions. Also in offensive, the actual capping only takes 1 minute, whereas in warfare it is 2 minutes. Besides that, it is very important that you realize that once a point is captured by the attacking team, the defending team cannot retake that point. It will remain in the attacker's hands for the remainder of the battle, no matter how many bodies the defenders put in there. If you are defending in offensive and you lose a certain point, it is imperative that you get back to the next point that has to be defended as soon as you can. In all likelihood, redeploying is the best strategy because walking across the map might actually take too long. Remember, capping only takes a minute, and if you don't get enough bodies in there by the time the attackers reach it, you would already have lost the point even before you get a chance to defend it. There is literally no excuse to linger in a point that you just lost. I've said it before and I'll say it again, killing is not important in this game. If you linger in a point you just lost on offensive and you keep killing some enemies, there's literally no good you're doing to the team. This also means it is imperative that you get a garrison up in the defended points as soon as you can. Once the attackers start gaining the upper hand in a certain position, things can go south really quickly. The last thing that you want is that the attackers beat you to the next point. So imagine if you just lose a certain sector on the map and you have to fall back to another sector where there's no garrison available, you are in big trouble. The attackers can just push up, drop an airhead if they want to, and pretty much redeploy the entire team. Because as there is no reason for the defenders to linger in a point they just lost, there is no reason for the attackers to linger in a point they just won. The enemy cannot retake it, and so there isn't even a reason to build a garrison there unless that garrison helps you in the next attack. When it comes to defending, there is a couple of possible strategies, but I've learned that a strategic withdrawal often is the best choice. By strategic withdrawal I mean that you try to build up defensive in say the third sector on the map. Get as many engineers as you can to build defensive perimeters, bunkers, barricades, barbed wire, etc. on there. Maybe place a few AT guns and get a couple of good healthy tanks in there. The rest of the team then has to buy these guys as much time as they can by delaying the attacking team at the first or second sector for as long as possible. The defending commander can issue the reinforce ability, which doubles the count of bodies for the defending team inside the stronghold, but this should only be used as a last resort. It can hold the attacker's advance just long enough for the rest of the team to redeploy to the stronghold, but will not make you successful in defending the point as is. As for the attackers, it is important to go about your job as quickly as you can. Try as many angles of attack as possible and try to take out whatever spawns that you can. Disabling the possibility for the defending team to actually spawn in the sectors required is pretty much the key to success. And again, as soon as you capture a point, get to the next point as soon as you can. The quicker you can mobilize the team towards the next point to be attacked, the quicker you will be successful in actually attacking that. There is a very large likelihood you will completely overrun the defending team because they simply do not redeploy fast enough. The last important note on offensive, which also goes for warfare, is controlling the sectors around strongholds. Don't have an entire team sitting inside the stronghold trying to defend it, because a bombing run can wipe out your entire team or a large chunk of it and take out your spawns, and you're pretty much lost. By making sure you are in control of the sector around the stronghold, you can deny the enemy, or the attackers in this case, the access to that stronghold. If they cannot get into the stronghold, they cannot cap it. It's that simple. So make sure there's a large chunk of the team not inside the stronghold and part of the team is patrolling the area around the stronghold. By doing that, the attackers cannot set up garrisons and spawns close to the stronghold and therefore will not have quick access to it. The decisive factor in Hell Let Loose is team play and map control. In offensive, this is coupled with speed. As capping only takes 1 minute, the quicker you can act upon the pending situation, the more successful you will be. Hopefully this helps you out. I've got a video that goes much further into detail on both warfare and offensive, and I've got a full playlist of tutorials available as well. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.